Are Jehovah and Allah the same God? Question 1. What was Muhammad's father's name? Abdullah. Question 2. What does Abdullah mean? It means slave of Allah. Question 3. What was Muhammad's grandfather's name? Abdul Muttalib. Question 4. Why did the grandfather, Abdul Muttalib, name his son Abdullah? He named his son Abdullah after his favourite idol Allah, so that he would be honouring this favourite idol of Allah that he worshipped in the Kaaba out of 360 idols. As you can see here, you have a chart indicating Muhammad, his father Abdullah, slave of Allah, named such by his grandfather Abdul Muttalib, who worshipped 360 idols in the Kaaba. So the conclusion is simply this, that the grandfather Abdul Muttalib named his son Abdullah, meaning slave of idol Allah, after his favourite idol Allah. And this proves that Allah was an idol worshipped by the pre-Islamic Arabs of Abdul Muttalib's time. Question 5. Why was Muhammad's God, whom he worshipped and modern-day Muslims worship, named after a pagan idol in the Kaaba in Mecca, one of 360 idols in the Kaaba? Question 6. Is it right to borrow your God from pagans? Obviously not. Question 7. What is on top of a Sunni mosque? You will notice that there is a moon on the top of a Sunni mosque. Why is there a moon on top of a Sunni mosque? What has a moon got to do with Islam and God? Well, it was because Allah was the moon god worshipped by the pre-Islamic pagan Arabs in Arabia as the greatest god in the Kaaba. Muhammad went one step further than pagan Arabs by teaching that Allah was the only God. So Allah was the moon god worshipped by the Arabs before Muhammad's time. As we can see from these artifacts that have been excavated from archaeology, first one we have the Babylonian moon god above on the top left. Secondly, we have on the bottom left a moon god temple in Hazor, Palestine, was excavated with a moon on the idol's chest, showing the people worshipped the moon god. And on the right you see in the stela of Namu shows the moon at the top of their god. So the worship of the moon was a very common practice in pre-Islamic Arabia, and this worship of the moon was brought into Islam and is recorded on as the red crescent on the flags of some Islamic countries, and on the top of Sunni mosques where we see a crescent moon. Okay, the true God of the Bible is Jehovah, whose name is mentioned almost 7,000 times in the Bible. If you look at Exodus chapter 20, verse number 2 and 3, we read about God giving Moses the 10 Commandments, and this is the first of the 10 Commandments, verse 1, 2 and 3. And God spake all these words, saying, I am the Lord thy God, which have brought thee out of the land of Egypt, out of the house of bondage. Thou, that's you, shall have no other gods before me. Notice in verse 2 the word Lord, it's in capital letters. Whenever you see the word Lord in the King James Bible in capital letters, it is always meaning that the Hebrew word is YHWH. Now we translate this into English either as Yahweh or more commonly Jehovah, and in Farsi it's known as Jehovah or Yahud. If we have a look at Exodus chapter 6 verse 3, we read how in verse number 2 and 3 God spake unto Moses and said unto him, I am the Lord. There's the word Lord again, meaning Jehovah. And I appeared unto Abraham, unto Isaac, and unto Jacob by the name of God Almighty, but by my name, Jehovah, was I not known to them. This shows that God's name is Jehovah. Three other very important references in the Old Testament where Jehovah God's name is found is in Psalm 83 verse 18, which says, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Jehovah, art the most high over all the earth. And number C, in Psalm 96 verse 5, all the gods of the nations are idols, but the Lord, or Jehovah, made the heavens. This shows that the gods of Arabia, Allah and so on are idols, but Jehovah made the heavens. And number D, Psalm 16 verse 4, their sorrows shall be multiplied that hasten after another god. This explains why Islamic countries have so many sorrows and troubles and wars and killings and fightings, lack of freedom, lack of prosperity, lack of peace, because they worship another god, Allah, which is totally different from Jehovah, the God of the Bible. In fact, Allah is never mentioned in the Bible as God's name, not once. But interesting to note, there is a word Allah in Hebrew, which means curse, Nefrin in Farsi or Lanat in Arabic. It occurs in Isaiah 24 verse 6, therefore has the curse Allah devoured the earth, and they that dwell therein are desolate, therefore the inhabitants of the earth are burned and few men left. This is the context of the word Allah in the Hebrew Old Testament. And as you can see at the bottom of the page, we have a Hebrew dictionary, and word number 423 in Strong's numberings is Allah, meaning an imprecation. That means to call down evil upon someone, a curse, cursing, execration, oath or swearing. In fact, every country that worships Allah is cursed. Afghanistan is cursed. Somalia is cursed. Syria is cursed. See the current fighting and civil war, claiming 100,000 deaths. Iraq is cursed. Iran is cursed with their evil government. Libya is cursed with their dictators. Egypt is cursed. Lebanon is cursed. Yemen is cursed. Pakistan is cursed. Bangladesh is cursed. Mali is cursed. Every Islamic country who worships Allah is cursed. And this is because Allah in the Hebrew means curse. And when the Muslims are praying to Allah 5 times a day, they are praying a curse. And when they say Allah Akbar, they're saying great curse upon themselves.